Alrighty guys, good evening, hope you're doing well, welcome back to the stream. It's the first flight of the year, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited. Yeah, happy to be in it. I hope you like the new livery, by the way, on the A320. I'm using the 200th Airbus EasyJet livery tonight. Also, we're flying its EasyJet's colours. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year. It is finally 2021, thank goodness. You know, the absolute chaos of 2020. Hopefully, it will be behind us very soon. There's been a lot of good news this week with vaccines and stuff. So hopefully, you know, a brighter future is on the horizon. But yeah, let me know how you guys are. How are we all doing? Some people are saying they can't make the stream. Don't worry, it's a bit of a surprise stream tonight. I wasn't planning to do it, but I knew a few of you flight simmers wanted me to get a flight in, so I thought, well, let's get one in now then, because I don't know when the next time I can record a Microsoft Flight Simulator video. So yeah, flying from Rome to Liverpool tonight. Flight time around 2.5 hours. As you may see in the top of the chat, as I've mentioned, we may get a surprise visit from a fellow YouTuber, Cadler. He's appeared in a couple other videos. Basically, he's just going to come along. We're going to talk a bit about the sim and, yeah, just a bit of company on one of these longer flights. Right, I'll jump into this one now. Fantastic. Yeah, no face cam tonight, unfortunately. The battery has died in it, but that won't stop us from flying. Also, I'm on the microphone tonight, so you guys can let me know how that sounds, because I got rid of that plunky old headset. But is the stream looking good? Yeah, it is looking good. Second monitor, looking good. Everything's looking good. Right, we're not going to muck around too long. Let's jump into the cockpit, get everything set up. For the most part, I've got the IRS aligned. I've checked the flight plan, so I don't have to mess around with that too long. So, yeah. What I do have to do is set our cruising altitude, which I believe I have set 36,000 feet for today. Let's just double check on that. 36,000. Fantastic. Once again, we're flying the latest version of A320NX. So, yeah. Looking forward to seeing even more new features. Let's sting the cabin. Right. Seatbelt signs can come on. No smoking signs can come on. Lights are set accordingly. On external power, batteries are on. Fuel pumps are on. Flight plan's been put in. Altitude is set. Don't need the flight director just yet. Hello to those of you just joining. Welcome. Good evening. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first flight. I think we're pretty much ready to actually get going. I did set up quite a bit before the flight, but, you know, I just wanted to make sure everything was working as I haven't been in the sim for a little while. I really like this all-orange EasyJet livery. It looks absolutely crazy. I think I've seen this one as well, actually, in the real world. It was at Gatwick, and it was just there on the runway, and I saw it take off. Right. Either that, or it was a slightly different sheen. Okay. Also, something some of you will be happy to hear is that even though you can't see it in this little corner, I've got the Luke Air tool running, so we will give a welcome on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large
it is a bit loud.
locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front.
There we go. Turn it down a bit.
These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin back, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisles clear, enabling all remaining passengers on the board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no.
All right, nearly everything's pretty much set up. We're going to turn the beacon light on just to notify ground that we are ready for pushback. And the announcement seems to have cut itself off. That's not a problem. We'll restart that in a second. Gens are set. Fuel lines are open. Just going to make sure we got enough fuel on board. Where is it? Here we go. Payload. Yeah, that should be plenty. Alright. That's cool for pushback. Oh. Maybe does it not want to come? Oh, he's got He's going from a different angle. Come on, you can do it. Where's he going? Oh, there we go. Let's try again. Alrighty, beacon light is on. Need to... Oh, hold on a second. I am very much wrong. We do not need pushback just yet. We need to start the APU. I knew... I was like, I'm forgetting something massive here. It's APU. There we go. APU coming on. God. I've only been away from the flight sim for, what, a week? Maybe 2 weeks at most, and I'm already a rookie. Right, let the APU come on. And then we'll try that again. Flap is open. Okay, pushback's decided it still wants to come even though I cancelled it. No thank you. Go away. The tug is trying to kidnap us. It's trying to chuck us out the gate. Yeah, off you go. I'm watching you. Must be new on the job. Yeah, definitely. He definitely must be new on the job. While we wait for the APU to come on, I want to give you guys a massive thanks. Just from the get-go, we gained quite a few subscribers over the last few weeks. Hope you guys have seen the Alpha New Year video, because that video will be quite important. It does detail what we will be doing over the next few months in terms of content. So, yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. Give it a like. I've noticed that a lot of you are subscribed, but you are not checking out some of the videos, so please make sure you do that. And I'm also noticing that quite a fair few of you who watch my content regularly aren't subscribed at all, so do it. Do it. Subscribe. We need to get to 1,000. He's very eager to carry on with the pushback. So am I, in all fairness. Right, APU is now available. There we go. Crew oxygen supply can come on. ILS is all aligned. We're coming off ground power. Now you can come push back. We're also taking off out of runway 25, so we need to taxi one to the right. So we're going for a straight pushback, or can we... What we'll do is we'll push back here and come around there. That's probably the best way to do it. I'm still interested as to why they have not fixed this weird bug with the pushback when it's off-center. And then it will, in a second, glitch into position. It's a bit weird. Right. Park brake can come off, nevertheless. Starter switch on. Starting engine 2. Let's open up the tower. Looking good. It's going to be a little bit tricky to judge this. What we're going to do is we'll start steering around to the right now. We'll get it to spin the entire plane round. Engine 1 is about to be available. There we go. Starting engine 1. Sorry, that was engine 2, not engine 1. Not the tidiest of pushbacks. It's a bit of a weird taxi layout, that, isn't it? We will clear the road. Oh, there's a bit of a texture issue there as well. We're going to clear this road and then we'll stop the pushback. Engines are coming to life nicely. We'll stop pushback here. Park brake on. Flaps 1. Taxi lights on. Lights are set accordingly. Seatbelt signs are all checked. Oxygen all good. We'll turn the weather radar so we can start getting some weather data on our visual screen. There we are. It's pretty calm today. Not much wind. High level clouds. Should be a nice flight. Right, engines are on. We are stable. Look good. Okay. Let's try this.
We now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft.
There we go.
A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit route, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the
Okay, we're going to get on our way then to the runway. We need to taxi off round to the left and then follow up the runway. Because 25 takes off pretty much in the middle of the other 2 runways that move parallel to each other. It's a bit of a strange airport layout, Rome, but
Your seatbelt is
it's pretty cool.
adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened.
Alright. I hope you enjoy my other content, by the way. As I have said now a fair few times, and I will continue to stress throughout the stream, there will be loads of other games being played on the channel now, because, like I said, I'm not predominantly a flight sim channel, but I do like doing a lot of flight sim stuff.
Side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If you land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat.
Right, I
Put it
think...
over your head. Pass the tape
Is that the
to
active there, or is it the active in front of it?
click together and pull the strap to adjust.
No, so we need to head off down here, up there, and come back down this way.
When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for the taxi.
I know that a few of you have also been interested in me flying on VATSIM. I am going to try and get on the VATSIM later in the year. I still need to make sure I'm like properly prepared for VATSIM, because you do have to know your stuff for VATSIM. Otherwise, you're just irritating to the controllers and other aircraft. So I will make sure we get on VATSIM as soon as we can. Anyone looking forward to anything in particular this year? Apart from hopefully COVID going to hell. Yeah, anything you want to see from the channel this year? Anything in particular? Now is your chime to make yourself known. Obviously, I've got quite a bit planned. Lots of games, lots of flights. So, yeah. Right, looking nice. Okay, we're going to turn the flight director on. That is all set. Flight path is on. Don't need the lights just yet. We can turn the APU off. Starter switch, come back to neutral. We are effectively ready to get on the way, I think. I still feel like I'm forgetting something, and I can't quite fathom what it is. I always get that feeling when I've been away from a flight for a little while that I'm forgetting something critical, but I'm not. I don't usually am. And I've clearly mastered speaking English as well. A couple of questions are coming through. Let me look at that on my mini feed. When I say it's a mini feed, I mean it is literally a tiny, tiny, tiny feed. Bear me a second. I'm here for Flight Sim, so looking forward to more flight streams and vids. Yep, that's good, man. There's plenty of Flight Sim stuff to come. Play Minecraft. Yes, so Minecraft. I did put that on in the showcase video. So when I say I'm going to do Minecraft, I'm not going to be, you know, doing just normal Minecraft Let's Plays. I probably will do a couple of those just for fun. But with Minecraft, I'm very curious to test out the RTX, because obviously I've got an RTX capable graphics card, and I absolutely love visuals in games. And I had a little look at Minecraft the other day and some of my own super worlds I've been building. And RTX looks incredible, so I do want to show that off at some point. So we will be showcasing a bit of RTX stuff. Speaking of visuals and games, Resident Evil 2, the video I put out yesterday. Even if you're not super interested in it, please go watch it. Give it some views, give it some love. As I absolutely loved playing that. It was probably one of my favorite games I played on the channel to date, which is saying quite a lot, to be honest. But yeah, I absolutely love story games, so please make sure you're checking out most videos, even if they're not of full interest to you. You don't know. You might like a couple of things I'm doing it. You do get to see me absolutely jump out my skin. Right, strobe lights coming on. Enough talk about Resident Evil. Let's get some lighting in the overhead panel. It's a bit dark. Cabin crew, please prepare takeoff. Let's make sure this is going to be up as well. But we also need to make sure we don't miss the runway. So, I'm a bit confused with how this layout works. Do I need to... I need to stop here for a second, hold short. Let's just creep forward. Okay. Oh, I thought that was the runway there. Okay, so we need to go over here, hold short here, and make sure we're fully set up. FIFA 21, yeah, no, that's not something I'm very interested in, and it's not enough for me, really, to make content on. So, yeah, and FIFA probably won't be it. Games you can expect to see on this channel, zombie games. Obviously, I love zombie stories. I'm a massive fan of The Walking Dead, so you can expect to see a whole Resident Evil playthrough. People are interested in me doing a bit of streaming on Death Stranding, because that's a very good game. So there will be a bit of Death Stranding coming out. Let's just stop here for a second. Right, make sure everything is good. I'll get back onto that point in a second. If you're just joining us, guys, welcome. We're just about to take off. Just doing final checks now. Landing lights are all on. Everything up here is secure. Coffee is brewed. IRS is all aligned. Everything looking good. Oxygen. Let's just make sure we got some... oh, not that. Some low-level lighting on. I don't need floods. War Thunder. Yeah, War Thunder might be something that we might do in the future. That might be a good idea. If you want to see more of some War Thunder, let me know. Right, flaps are set. Everything else is set. Good. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on our way to Liverpool. We are clear on the left. Clear on the right. Okay. I'm a bit annoyed there's still this weird blur texture at some airports. It's a bit strange. Okie dokie. Let's hope my flying skills in the new year are as good as they were last year. So abominable. Right. I lined up with 2.5. We're going to go for a rolling start. There's 50%. 60, 100, and toga. Forward on the stick. God, those new engine sounds are incredible. They've really grown on me. 100 knot stabilizing stick. 120 V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Goodbye, sunny old Rome. We're well on our way to Liverpool then. Everything looking good. I'm going to make a slight right turn to get on the flight path as we go over the sea. Lovely stuff. Still flying manual. Flaps retract. Let's give it to autopilot. Oh, let's hope we don't run into the section 1 bug. If we do, we'll have to turn it off, but I want to see if we can continue the flight with it this time. If we can't, it's not a problem. It doesn't do much in the sim. On a real airliner, it would likely reset a lot of autopilot systems and would be quite devastating. But, oh no, it's kicking in already. I can already see it. How we jump slightly. Yeah, alright. That's clearly not fixed then. Section 1 has been turned off. A little jump. There we go. That was a pretty smooth takeoff, though. Fairly happy with that. So for those of you who don't know, I'm going to have fellow YouTuber Cadler online. He will be with me to talk for a little while about what I'm going to do with the future of the channel. Also, make a bit of conversation because we want to make these long-haul flights a bit more interesting than just, you know, sitting around for an hour and me staring at a screen that doesn't do an awful lot. I've also got the world's largest hot chocolate with me. Right, switching to standard pressure. Lights can come off. Oh, strobes need to stay on. There we go. Frame rate's gone a bit weird. I'm still surprised that Microsoft Flight Simulator hasn't been oh god, stroke. It hasn't had like an optimization update yet. I know it's had little updates that have been talking about the about optimization, but hasn't been much recently, which is odd to say the least. I always hope that I'm not absolutely screaming into this microphone. Obviously, I can't tell exactly how loud it is, so I'm gonna tweak it down one notch. There we go. So for those of you who also don't know what microphone I'm using, so I got the Tonor Q9 microphone. So far, I'm liking it. It's good. I much prefer recording with a microphone than with the headset, because the headset, after a while, it just hurts your head so much, and your ears are just pressed in for hours. Okay, see what signs will come off in a moment. We'll turn the seatbelt signs off now. And we'll start duty-free announcements in about a minute or so. So I now have fellow YouTuber Cadlo who's just jumped into it. All set. Audio spot on. Thank you, man. Good to hear. Oh, I thought we were going vertical then. It's the weird haze. Oh, that looks cool. A bit trippy though. Let me just check in with our little friend who will be joining in a moment. I don't know why I said little friend. That was a bit of an odd one for me to say. Hold on, let me just make sure everything in here is going well for the moment. We will get duty-free announcements on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings throughout the UK. In your inside trade radio price return from our order and collection of gifts, most of this is massive discount. Some of which is exclusive to you, others is just that. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save in the company. If you'd like to see any product, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us to join you in the company.
We'll open the radar view right up now. You can see we've got a lot of waypoints. I don't know why there's so many programmed into this flight. There usually isn't that many, but for this flight there is quite a lot. Right, so while the aircraft does its own thing, let's see if we can get hold of our guest. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Cadler when he decides to find his way into what is quite a hectic stream usually. Right, let's see. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks. Obviously, you're on the stream, you can see what's going on, so yeah.
Yeah, I can. I've got it open in a separate tab.
Fantastic.
I heard you called me little.
Yeah, my bad.
Gravely offended. It's alright. Mistakes are made. It's
yes, of course they are.
I have been watching the start. I did watch you take off that nice smooth takeoff.
Fantastic. As a novice air flyer or whatever you want to call it, a simmer, obviously, all a bit of a new experience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say I'm not as an enthusiast as your videos or like how you play currently. I've always downloaded it. My dad's always had it, so I just kind of played it with him. And when I got older, I just played them naturally. But yeah, I think I play them just for the odd bits mucking around, not like you making like your live stream at the moment, doing like a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for the most part, a lot of us who do a lot of flight simming seem to enjoy doing a long haul flight. I mean, this is not actually a long haul. In the general scheme of things, this is a pretty short flight. 2.5 hours is about average usually.
I was gonna say most of your streams have been around that time period when flying. I think, what's your longest one? Isn't it been like 3 hours or something?
I think our longest flight was in total around 4 hours, but the stream itself I think was about 3.5. Yeah, something like that. It was our flight from Turkey to France. Where on the last leg we decided that we would lose an engine. So
yeah. Oh, it was that stream. Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
It's very interesting. Now, obviously, for those of you currently in the stream, I will let you know that I have got information on the Your Controls dual cockpit mod. It's a bit of an odd one to try and set up. So shared cockpit is apparently a work in progress thing now in the sim that does sort of work. So you can expect me to be taking Cadler on a few flights as we learn to fly.
Yes, you will most likely be teaching me because I am terrible at flying. I play the game, but I cannot play it properly. That's the question.
I mean, as a lot of the viewers, and as you probably know, my flying at the beginning of the channel used to be absolutely abominable, hitting different parts of the runway, speed kicking in because I was stalling.
Just watching you set up the airplane to get ready for takeoff, and like that, just all the buttons you had to click, I was like, I don't know what any of them are.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this a couple times when a few other people have been in the stream. They'd be like, oh, how do you get your head around everything? And I'm like, when you actually know what everything does, it comes off pretty easily. Like, you know, a lights panel, a wing light, a lower light, left, right, stuff like that.
You get accustomed to it over time.
Yeah, it's like learning to drive a car. At first, you won't know what the hell the clutch does until you start using it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, but like you sync, like you said with your streams, you'll sync like almost 2 to 4 hours into one journey, and to me, I would get bored because I suffer from ADD, attention deficit disorder, so I get distracted easily. So I'll be wanting to do the next best thing. So today I played like Yu-Gi-Oh for like, I don't know, 6 hours or something.
Yeah.
Like, everything's different. Any match can last between 5 minutes to 50 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when it comes to flying in the flight sims, there's a lot of you in the stream will know. When flying, it's like you sort of get used to the silence and the sort of loneliness at halfway into a flight. When streaming, it's a bit more interesting because obviously you have a crowd to interact with. But for the most part, it can be quite difficult. But yeah, usually when I record a video on a flight, if it's about a 3-hour flight, I'll usually leave it on the autopilot, have it in the background, and then I'll do some other preparation stuff, you know, script writing for other various projects and planning for other videos, so stuff like that.
I was gonna say, because the best thing about your live streams that I've seen, it's probably like the best way to communicate with like your fans, the audience, and like see what you want to do next, what they want to see next, and it's a great way to interact. That's why live streaming, to me, it doesn't appeal to me. It's because my videos are very cut and paste. It's like where our videos don't link up. It's like yours are more live streams, where mine are more edited videos.
Yeah, I mean, it can be tricky. With live streaming, obviously, you have to have a certain amount of time, and then also be able to execute the time properly.
Yeah, and not get interrupted with anything in your personal life coming up in that 2-hour period.
Yeah, it can be tricky, especially because you do a good hour's setup for a stream. But when we're in, it's good fun. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, and yeah, obviously flying's quite a big thing in Microsoft Flight Simulator now. People seem to be watching it a lot.
So my question is, what drawed you to like flight sim, like Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Nothing really in particular drew me towards Microsoft Flight Simulator, apart from the fact that I want to be a pilot for a career. So there's nothing that really drew me. Obviously, just the flying aspect drew me in. But yeah. Obviously, before this, I used to do X-Plane 11, and when that sort of started to age out, as it were. And I got the new computer, which enabled us to start doing YouTubing. Yeah, everything sort of picked up, and obviously Microsoft Flight Simulator released just after that. So it sort of just came and it stuck around. So yeah, that's sort of how it started.
Yeah, that's probably really good. But is there any other flight simulator games you enjoyed, or has it always just been this one?
I don't know. A common thing with flight sims is one will. Everybody has their preference. A lot of people play Pep 3D, X-Plane 11, and obviously FSX, as well as Microsoft Flight Simulator. At the end of the day, it comes down to preference. In terms of in terms of build quality and programming quality, X-Plane 11 is very, very strong in those two places. A lot of its navigational data is very accurate because you can get add-on data. The only issue I have with Microsoft Flight Simulator is its performance is a little bit dodgy at times, as you can see, like with the frame rate being around 40 or so, even on medium settings, what is a relatively powerful system. So I do want to see Asobo bring out a better optimization for the game, because it can be a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, with the one thing with Microsoft Flight Simulator, like you said, is the frame rate, because no matter what PC you have, even though we've got very decent PCs, very good PCs, it still sometimes is not enough.
Yeah, I mean that is the harsh reality with some video games, isn't it? Though I was happy to see that
sometimes Minecraft can't run even on like it was.
That is true.
When we played RTX, I was barely getting 20 frames, but I'm like, I've got a 2080.
Yeah, it is weird how you get these odd dips in frames in some things. Yeah. I'll talk about it in a second. Just bear me a second. As you guys can see, we're just going to the top of climb now, 36,000 feet. We'll make sure cabin has been dinged. Seatbelts are good. Biometric pressure, yep, everything's right. Now, yeah, so like you said earlier about just the boredom of flying, in some respects it can get quite aggravating, because for the next 2 hours or so, okay, just under, about an hour and a half, it's just straight level flying. And
and the only thing what really changes is the day and night system. Maybe there's something with the plane, but normally it's just one thing.
it's either you can look out the window and see your surroundings, but in terms of the day and night cycle, because it's active day and night, it won't be, the sun's not going to drop in the next 5 minutes. It's going to stay there and probably end up there.
My question is, do you think you'll ever do like a 10-hour flight?
I have been asked this a couple times now by a lot of the people who've been in a lot of the streams, asking will I do a long haul flight. The issue with long haul is if I were to do it as a live stream, I'd have to find the time for it and also build up the courage for it, because it's a very long flight. Obviously, and obviously when you're streaming, you have to learn to talk for a long time. Yeah. So
that's something that
it can be tricky.
That's what I've admired about all your videos, even your live streams, is with me, everyone's got different type of gamers in them. Like, I'm a quiet gamer. I do not talk. I just play the game, and I don't. The only reason I talk now is because I have to make videos when I make them.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing with you. You can keep a conversation going. I think, personally, you could keep something going for about maybe 6-7 hours, till and then you start running out of something.
Yeah, I mean, it varies.
Yeah, but if you wanted to, what would be a destination you would want to do?
On a long haul flight?
Yeah, it's both. Let's do a short flight.
I don't know. Well, with short haul, there's so many short haul flights that you can do. Obviously, I'm very keen to start flying in and out of Hungary again, but I'm waiting for the LHBP scenery to be released. There is a work in progress payware version of that. So the link in the description to all these sites will be in the description at some point. But yeah, in terms of a long haul flight, New York to Heathrow is probably the best one to do.
That's like 9 hours.
It's about a 9-hour flight. Yeah, it's pretty long. And it would also have to be done in either the A330 or the 747, which is an extremely buggy aircraft as it currently stands.
In Microsoft Flight Simulator, is there a way? Because you know some planes have to land and refuel, and you have to go. You have to go to two airports. So, does that include in the game as well?
Yeah, so all aircraft have a fuel consumption, like an accurate fuel consumption limit to each other. So before I did this flight, as we were taxiing, I made sure that we have got enough fuel on board. So, you know, we technically have got enough fuel here. 50% should be enough for about 4 hours or so, because I think... Actually, that's not technically true. I think the maximum flight an A320 can do is around 5-6 hours.
Okay.
Odd.
So... a follow-up question to what you've just stated. Would you ever do a long-haul flight but have two like resting points? Let's say when you're going from Heathrow to New York, you can if you can like stop at one location and then give yourself like a half-an-hour break, like in the stream or something, and then repeat it and like still be in the live stream. So do like a 6, 7, 8 hour 9 live stream, but have one interval.
I know what you mean. The only issue with if I was to, on some long-haul flights, you do have the aircraft will land for a while, the passengers get off and they can walk around, the pilots will either change shifts or have a rest. With a flight sim, it can be difficult because if you pause a sim for too long, or if you exit the sim on a save, and then go off for a few hours and then come back later, there is the risk of bugging something up in the autopilot. I've also got someone in the chat that's now saying location, come to Afghanistan. No, we're going in the opposite direction, my man. We're heading over Europe very soon. So we've just left Italy. We're going to be coming over, what's this, France and Switzerland. No, Switzerland and France, I think. That's more close to Austria. Because we have to go over the Alps.
So, before I came on, I've just wrote up some questions, just so we can talk about other things. The one that I've wrote up on my phone is, I'm really interested to hear your opinion. What is your favourite video game that you want to play on the channel, but you probably won't?
This is the issue with this, is I haven't got a favourite game per se. I do enjoy variety on channels, so the main issue we had with this one was with a lot of the audience for the channel rather, all are very interested in on Sims and Flight Simulator, so it's a bit tricky to when you have to sort of transition to other videos. Obviously, I really want to play story games, so the Resident Evil series and Detroit Become Human will be two major gameplays that will be played on the channel, inevitable. So, you know, it will happen. And
is there a game you play currently but probably will never upload to the channel? Like, because I play many games, like Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think I'll ever upload to my channel.
I don't think there's any game that I'm never going to upload to the channel just because I play at my own time. Yeah, I don't think there's ever going to be one of those games, because I mainly play like games like Elite Dangerous, Minecraft, Flight Simulator, Euro Truck, Train Sim. There's loads of games I play at the moment, and obviously want to get them all on the channel because content is content, and you know, you don't want to dish it out just pointlessly. You have to enjoy what you're recording. So, you know, with Flight Simulator, you can do a couple flights in a row and then that'll be that. But you can, with Flight Sim, you cannot just fly every day, daily for the next year, because it would absolutely wind me up the wall.
It would also drive you insane. It would, at the point, if you're like almost doing it for like, let's say you do it for a month straight, you almost will end up resenting the game, unless you are a fanatic that like, this is, I live and breathe this.
Yeah, I see. I can't do that. If I do major recordings of playthroughs or usually one subject, it's because I'm specifically in the mood to do that. So a little while ago, just before the Christmas, we were doing a fair few flight streams. That was to make sure the stream software was working, everybody was enjoying the streams. And now I have said for 2021, well, the streams will be still going ahead. They'll be on Twitch and on YouTube. There'll be loads and loads of flights to come, both in Europe and America, Asia, all around the world. along with other videos, so everybody has something to enjoy. Because a lot of people ended up finding the Dying Light video, the original one that I did with you. We've got 830 views as it currently stands, I think, and it was very, very popular, and it was really good fun to record.
Yeah, well, we have stopped it. Not like we're not going to finish it. We recorded so much on in 2 days.
Yeah, it was exhausting.
And yeah, even when we were playing it, we've been recording for 3 hours, and after when we did some missions, we were actually really exhausted.
Yeah,
because the game some games do take it a lot out of you. Like Dying Light, it's the excitement, the thrill, and jump scares and stuff.
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
Resident Evil series, I can see you getting if you were to do a 2-hour video, I could tell when you've stopped recording, you will be like, I need to nap, I need to go to bed.
I need to just give up. Yeah, I mean, usually the way it works is when I'm in the mood to make something for the channel, usually I'll record it straight away. As soon as I've finished it, I'll edit it, and it'll be on the channel that evening. It's just the way I work. It's just how I prefer. But obviously,
that's your work ethic. That's how you.
Yeah, it's just how it sort of goes around. But the only issue I do have is when some people have stated oh, you should do this, 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 and this, and do a 16-hour super haul flight or something. And I keep saying to people, I'm like, the only issue with doing loads of videos, loads of times, is you have to remember, if I was to make 10 videos, that effectively doubles when I have to do it in the edit. So if I did 10 hours of gameplay, that's at least 15 hours of editing, because it takes a lot of time and effort to edit everything into and
because your videos are so well finely edited, they're so precise, it's all smooth, it's all clean, and that doesn't happen in an hour's time. That happens over an extended period.
Yeah, I mean, with editing, everybody has their own editing techniques and their own way of looking at it. Luckily, as a film student, it's pretty easy to sort of see how to make something look nice. You have to. Well, even if you're a low channel like I am, with I'm not sure how many subscribers I currently have. I haven't looked at the refresh rate.
I think you have 712, I believe, and I have 1,034. So, like I've always said, your channel will overtake mine soon, because
let's hope so. That's the bet. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe now.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel and subscribe to mine, please.
Yes, go subscribe to Catler.
Yeah, but there's something about your content that is something to enjoy. There's something different to the normal. Anyone can upload a Microsoft Flight Simulator, but there is something about your videos that has shown that there is something interesting in there. There is potential.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Okay, cool. I have another question which I've written down.
Yeah, shoot.
So, what do you think is your most underrated video
on
the channel? Most underrated video that you're I wish this done better, or and if so, what is it and why?
I don't think there is any video we have on the channel which I regret making or thinking that this is underrated, because a lot of the work I do usually has to be sort of kept up, and everything has to have quality, but obviously it comes with the viewers and with the audience. So when they have I don't know, if you have 50 people all interested in flight sims and only 10% of those people will be interested in the other videos, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
I wish the Dying Light later episodes had caught on a bit better. Obviously, when it doesn't, you have to sort of take a second, sort of go, okay, well, people aren't too interested in this, let's try a bit more of this, and people seem to like that. It's all about finding the middle ground.
Like that. I perfectly agree with that statement. It's about finding the middle ground, and sometimes it's letting some videos breathe. Because when we did our Dying Light videos, they were fun, and I mean, they were fun to make, they were fun to edit, but we crammed them out in 3 days. It was literally back to back.
We did 3 days of straight recording, and then we did 3 straight publishes of those episodes.
Yeah, and there's nothing. It wasn't copy and paste. There was something different in each video, but it was just like you said, you want a variety, and sometimes that might be you do 2 different games, then flight sim, or 4 flight sim videos, and then a game. Yeah,
it is true. I mean, I'm very much hoping that the Resident Evil stuff will catch on, because obviously, as it's quite a scary game, nobody likes horror, but if you haven't yet seen it, come join me on Resident Evil, because it is good fun. Give it some attention, because there will be a lot more of it coming out.
So from what I've seen from our videos, I'm the only other person who has realistically been on the channel, unless you count-
Realistically, yes, you have. There was obviously we did the Among Us video ages ago, well before the channel kicked up. But for the most part, yeah, you've been the main center of attention in terms of
Do you think
secondary content.
how many more people do you want to expand into a video? Do you think you want to get like the Among Us video back again, but when everybody knows they're recording?
Unlikely.
Unlikely.
It's unlikely because the issue with recording with loads of people is you're not exactly in a controlled situation with your own content. So,
No.
you know, you can go up to like 4 people maybe in one video, and
I was
it's
gonna
good
say,
fun.
'cause
It all
I
depends.
see your channel as being like just 2 people or maybe 3. But
Yeah.
As like, whereas my channel, I've like the more the merrier, because the
Yeah.
difference between me and you can happily talk to yourself / the audience, whereas I'm like I need my friends, I need my other players.
You need sort
to,
of a booster
like,
point, yeah.
Yeah, I need to bounce back off of them. We need to make jokes at each other so I can bounce back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah.
That's why some of my videos, some of the best videos I've done have been with my friends, and some of the videos that I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's a very good video, but it's not as good as the ones where with my friends, because it's
Absolutely,
more
yeah.
the jokes and the comedy really shines is with your friends, and that's in real life anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Quickly then, I say Magnus Muan. I hope I've said that right. New Year's greetings from Snowy ESGG. It's Snowy? You got snow?
Oh, well,
Do you know how to-
Manchester has snow.
Yeah, Manchester has snow. Everybody has. A lot of the north of England has a lot of snow. Yeah, Happy New Year, man. Welcome to the stream. So those of you also just joining, I've just seen the view counter just pop up then. Welcome. We're in our cruise now towards Liverpool. That's pretty much briefing over. There really isn't much to report on. It's the only issue when you do like 2.5 hour flights. I mean, so some streamers, like I know that common Microsoft Flight Simulator streamer, Droyer, he does a lot of streaming for a good 6 or so hours on some long haul flights, and I've seen him go up to about 4 and a bit. And you know, it's like, you know, you got to hats off to the man. You can't to sit down and stream and talk for a long period of time, even if you're on camera, it can be very tricky to do. And right now we're 55 minutes into the flight, and we still got a good hour or so to go. So yeah, it can get aggravating.
You have to respect it. Like the people who
You do, yeah.
Twitch, like Twitch every day, and they do like there's like a Twitch streamer I watch. His name is Brown Man, and he's Ray Navar's Jr. from Rooster Teeth, and he does like 6-7 hour like live streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Okay,
and they are like, and whatever game he's playing, he literally will play the whole game almost on stream sometimes.
Yeah,
And, like,
I mean,
his Pokemon ones have been like 12-14 hours long.
the advantage with streaming, especially if you're on Twitch, is when you have a long, you got time on your hands. You can obviously just sit back and play games. The only issue is when you're streaming, you have 2 ways of really doing it. You can either be this kind of person who's really into the game and paying attention or tapping the game and making the odd comment here and there, thanking subscribers, thanking followers, donations, etc., etc. And then you got the other side of streaming, which is sort of what I prefer to do, which is keep the audience involved, make sure I'm talking a lot, make sure we've got some subjects to cover.
Yeah, more interactive.
Yeah, exactly, more interactive.
Which is, if you want to inspire to be like that, then you do. It's again, like you said, it's a preference. It's what you want to do, and then that's what you want to do. Then you do it.
Exactly. I mean, it's a lot of. I believe it was someone in the Toulouse stream was asking how I've managed to climb the tree so fast in such a short amount of time. Because for those of you who are not subscribed to the channel, A, subscribe. B, it's because the channel is only 3 months old. It's exceptionally young. It's got very popular very quickly. The main thing about it is just, you know, enjoying what you make and making quality. So like, I know that can be quite tricky to sort of swallow. Making quality
over quantity.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, you know, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it right. So do it to the best of your ability, 100% every time.
Yeah, no, I could not say anything better. Like, that is the best thing. Like, yeah, my last video was almost 2 months ago. Again, we have different work ethics. You're more motivated than I am, and that's why I'm inspired to be like, because it's the new year now. So I'm like, I'm going to try and do the best I can with my channel before I go off to university, when I won't be able to do anything with my channel. And yeah, no, I agree. Best thing is quality over quantity. because the last thing you want to do is pump out videos that you're not actually happy with.
Exactly. So that was also my argument with all these people being like, you should just because I had so many of my other people, not on the channel, but people who watch the channel regularly. They were like, oh, you should just stick as a flight sim channel and just only make flight sim content. Now the issue with that, obviously, is that people expect content to be rolling out at a decent rate, and I honestly cannot do that. It's also people who are screaming at me to make the new top mods video. You have to understand with the top mods, it takes a lot of time and effort to A, get the resources to make it, the time, the editing, and then the amount of space I need to acquire all these mods. So top mods videos are somewhat of a rarity. I will make one soon, but I cannot give you an ETA on when it's going to be because it just takes so long to make.
So if to like home on that question, how long do you think it actually took you to make the top mod video?
Top mods videos can take anywhere from a day of recording and editing to up to about 2 days. They're not too long, but yeah, it varies.
I was going to say,
depends.
maybe depending how you look at your top mod video, yeah, they are a pain to make, but you also enjoy them and you see the repercussions of it. You see everyone enjoys it. So maybe doing it once a month isn't too bad, but maybe once every 2 months. But as long as you don't say like, oh, I'm cancelling that series, I'm cancelling these mods.
Exactly. Yeah. Just to barge in for a second then, Magnus has commented, I'm a VATSIM controller at GOT-ESGG. Would you consider flying out of there sometime? Absolutely, my man. I'm very keen to get into VATSIM as soon as I can. So for you, Cadler, who you don't actually know, VATSIM is the online like controllers network, which basically puts a real-world element into our flying. You know, e.g., you need call signs. You have to request things. Everything has to be done pretty realistically. So,
so you have like, is it like how the dumb version for me is like, so you know, planes get told when to take off and stuff.
It's effectively that. It's effectively real world flying in a flight sim.
Got it. Okay, so that's going to be even more tedious.
It's a lot more to pay attention to, but in some ways that also it's also good fun. So Magnus, I will try and get on VATSIM as soon as I can, and I will remember that you are a controller at ESGG, so I will remember that.
Yeah, it's also probably really good for you because again, it spices up something new. Yeah, you're playing flight sim, but you're doing something different in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have more people to interact with.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to quickly apologise on one front here. As I can see, a few of you are subscribing to the channel right now, and we're slowly getting more subs. I am very sorry. If you're subscribing during this live stream, your name should be popping up on the mini feed. For some reason, OBS is having issues where it will not register the subscription until the stream has ended. It seems to register the donations all right and followers, but for some reason it doesn't register the sub counter correctly. But just know I'm very thankful and very grateful to you guys subscribe to the channel. So welcome, guys. Welcome. Right, we're just coming over to the top of Italy now. We're going over the Alps soon.
Oh, lovely.
Obviously, if you can see on my map, we have a fair way to go. And I need to register when the top of descent is.
I was going to say, there is, from when I've watched all your streams, there is a lot to do in the lead up to landing as well.
I wouldn't say there's a lot to do, but there's a lot to pay attention to. Yeah, that's the issue. Is you have to be fairly switched on for a majority of the flight. If you're sort of at this point, you can sort of sit back, but the only issue is if you doze off for too long and you miss your top of descent, suddenly life becomes very hectic very quickly. It becomes a bit of a nightmare.
Like the landing will like extend. I mean, it'll take longer to get back around because you have to fly back, wouldn't you?
Yeah, much longer. You have to. You know, if you have a situation like that, you may have to do a couple go-arounds to get to the correct altitude, and then you can attempt a landing. Luckily for majority of the flights that we've done, we've always managed to hit our landing designation pretty much spot on.
Yeah, except for that one issue where you had one of the engines go.
Yeah, we were very much on course with that one.
that one was very much let's fingers crossed.
Well, that was a moment because after about 3 hours of flying, I was completely exhausted from speaking for ages. And obviously flying can be quite tiring, but
yeah, you
know, it was when I noticed that something had gone wrong and the alarm started kicking in. It was suddenly like a wake up kind of moment. Slap yourself a couple of times and, you know, switch on.
Did you not notice anything before that?
There was no warning, no light up to it. I suddenly noticed the fuel flow had completely dropped off and we'd lost fuel in our in one of our tanks, and the engine subsequently failed.
Did you find out the reason that happened, or was it just?
I think it was the there was an old bug that I think is being chucked out the sim now, which was a fuel consumption issue that the A320 had, and it just went down really quickly all of a sudden.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, because you saw me jump into the the fuel flow, and it was suddenly like
Yeah.
it had fuel in, but it wasn't registering it, so I had to
For the
bunk it
last,
up.
like maybe 20 minutes, it was just like focus mode. It was. Like,
Well, it was a bit of panic mode as well, because obviously when an engine in an A320, when you lose power to your engines, which are your primary source of power, all the systems on the aircraft will turn off until it has new power back on. So that's where the APU comes in useful. Learning from the Miracle on the Hudson River with Captain Sully Sullenberger, turning on the APU immediately will get your systems back online, which is very helpful. So. Yeah, but luckily we had one engine. It wasn't too much of a disaster. We managed to land at Toulouse, and everything went well.
Can you make emergency landings in this game?
Yes, you can. You can replicate emergency landings. I'm not sure if it has a mode where it's just built for emergency landings. I know that you can do certain failures in certain engines or electrical systems. If I ever do emergency landings, it's usually a mock-up or something has gone genuinely wrong on the plane.
Okay, yeah.
Some people have asked, can I do a video on what to do if you have a certain issue,
Okay.
e.g. engine loss, battery loss, wing loss. At that point you just scream and pray.
Yeah. That's
So,
just the
So
how-to video. It is literally only 5 seconds long. All you're saying is just scream and pray.
it's just scream and pray. But like on other videos, like, you know, I will do a video at some point showcasing what you should do, or what I would do at least, if I had a certain problem in a certain point of flight, because there is on the MCDU, you can now select your nearest airport and make a flight plan towards that.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So it is
So
yeah.
how often do you play like Microsoft Flight Simulator? Out of like recording eyes. So when it's like you're all
out of
shut
recording.
off for the day. Yeah. So like you're woken up today and you're like, I want to play some Flight Simulator, but I don't want to record or stream.
I rarely play Microsoft Flight Simulator out of my channel, because I like to record most of the flights I do. If I do, it usually just be on a day I get up and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to record today, but I do want to fly, so I'll just chuck a flight plan into the aircraft and I'll just do a small flight. But for the most part, I like to record the flights I do.
Do you think that because of the recent blow up of this channel, do you think that's what's affected you, going like, I'm not going to play Microsoft Flight Simulator without recording it?
No, absolutely not, because a lot of the attention that came to the channel was through the flight sim community, which is very strong, and you guys are absolutely amazing. The only issue is going into the channel at first. It's not predominantly a flight sim channel, as I've said quite a few times now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of flight sim equipment. Yeah, I do a lot of flight simming, but it doesn't mean that's the only thing I'm going to be doing. I will be doing a lot of other things, and eventually the flight sim stuff will be throttled back quite a way. That's much later in the year though, because I do want to get on other videos.
You've got other projects that you want to attempt and see on the channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the stats page right now. We have 27 views on the Resident Evil 2 playthrough. If you guys have not seen that yet, please go watch it. Give it some attention. But yeah, a lot of other things go well. We sort of average around 100 views a video now. Most of the streams get around 200 each, because we stream for quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said to some of you guys, if you even if you're not that interested, please just give it a watch, chuck it in the background, grab some popcorn, and just sit back and enjoy. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I make it for fun, but you guys are the viewers, so watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're doing this all for fun. You never thought this was gonna take off. You just did it because you like making content. That is the best thing that you can do. Is just, you don't seek out this lifestyle that people want to be or do have.
Yeah, I mean, the primary issue with it is, like, you know, most channels take the better part of a year to 2 years to get to about 1,000 subscribers if they're doing well.
To build, like,
Yeah, I'm just very lucky that the channel has imploded or exploded the way it has, because
I was gonna say, imploded is going in.
yeah, I mean, I brought people in. That's good. You know, you guys are amazing, especially those of you who've been donating recently. Your donations have been so well received. It's paying for the channel to carry on going, and also for games to be showcased on the channel.
Like the Resident Evil one.
Yeah, Resident Evil was bought solely through the donations, and that's an amazing help, because it means I've got more stuff to record, and it means that you guys have more stuff to watch.
Yeah, that's great as well. I'm kind of jealous that you have this kind of community, so I envy that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I can't. Okay, there's not much I can really say to that. You know, I mean, I adore you guys who are subscribed to the channel. You guys are amazing. I'm just gonna put some music on in the background.
I was gonna say, is that with when it comes to live streams, do you put music on throughout the whole stream?
I usually have just some kind of background noise just to make, you know, everything feel a bit more comfortable, because the worst thing to do is just sort of sit back and listen to an engine noise for a long time. I mean, some people do like that, but personally I have to listen to something. You know, if I do...
You want to drown it out. You want to have something different.
Yeah, if I'm ever doing a flight sim video, obviously I'm not doing commentation for the entire thing, so I usually just chuck on like a Let's Play series or watch something on a film.
No, that's good.
You know, stuff like that. And then, you know, when it's time to start landing, I then turn the recording back on and do that.
So will your future live streams, will they be like, let's say you do your Death Stranding, that's one you want to do. Do you think that will be the same length as these, or will it be like 1 or 2 missions? Because some of them can range from about 30 minutes sometimes.
With Death Stranding, it's difficult because obviously it's a very long game, and it also depends on how many people want to watch Death Stranding. And I have to give it usually the better part of a week for people to, you know, find the video, get onto it, because, you know, the most case with YouTube, especially with lower case YouTube channels, it takes a while for people to sort of register it and go like, yeah, I don't feel like watching that today, I'll watch it tomorrow. So
yeah. It's also about timing and then the algorithm, which we don't understand yet, because I don't think no one actually ever will unless you work for YouTube. But
yeah,
it's also what the timing is, like when is everybody on YouTube, and that's normally between 5 and 8.
Yeah, UK time, yeah. I mean, it's tricky, but, you know, for the most part, I'm like, when I've got a video done, I chuck it out there. When you've got time to watch it, you watch it, because I rather you guys have it there and then at your fingertips. So, you know, I think some of the older videos used to be published at midnight, so they were ready the next day.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
So, yeah. I'm very keen to get back into Resident Evil though, later, either today or tomorrow. So I'll probably either do a recording on that at some point. It will likely be tomorrow.
I haven't fully watched the video yet. I'm about halfway through. Where are you up to now when you cut off the recording?
So the first episode has ended at the police station. We know that Claire has made it to the station. We know that she's outside one of the gates. Our next step will be to hopefully find Claire. So that's where we're up to in the story. So we're still right at the beginning. We've barely got started, apparently.
I mean, it's going to be a really interesting series. I'm really interested to watch your reactions, see how you play it, and see what directions you take, because every playthrough is different. Yeah,
it's funny, to be honest, because a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, you're like how are you so calm in such a scary situation?" And I'm like, I'm not. Inside, I am terrified. You know,
you just gotta swallow it and just keep going.
In horror games, you know, the main thing you look for, the graphics. If the graphics look nice and the styling is good, then it comes off really well. But sound and depth just work for me. Like, you know, the sound is so good in Resident Evil. Like, even if you were playing it blindfolded, it would be incredible.
Do you think it's enough to make you, if you would hear the growling of the zombies?
Oh, I'm fully immersed. I am fully immersed, and as you'll sort of get a hold of as the episodes will progress, you know, I'm sort of like, I was reading one of the pieces of paper in the police station, and I suddenly just stopped speaking, and just sort of like my eyes went to one direction, like as if I was listening to something on a wall, and I was like, I can hear something, and it was really creepy.
Yeah,
it was good fun though.
I can't wait for the videos to come out, the more playthroughs that you do. Death Stranding, I'm really looking forward to you to keep playing, because that's one of my favorite games. It's a very long game, but if you put the time and effort in, you will see how visually beautiful that game is.
You mentioned that the end cutscene of Death Stranding is like, what, 2 hours long?
The ending cutscene for Death Stranding is 2 hours long. You can pause it, but you can't skip it.
That is outrageous.
So at that point, you're, like we said like a couple of nights ago, it's pretty much a reaction video at that point, because if you're going to play the whole of Death Stranding, you're going to have to watch that 2 hour. That's going to have to be a live stream itself. Because sod making that a video. And yeah, no, it's such a good game. And with Resident Evil 2, that game is visually beautiful because I remember playing the originals when I was very young, which I shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for me, I never got to play the original Resident Evils. I've seen like gameplay of it, and I've seen some comparisons. But yeah,
it was very boxy.
it's funny because a lot of people I know and I commonly see absolutely hate zombies and like, oh my god, this is absolutely revolting, it's disgusting, and they're like,
people.
honestly, it's hilarious because they talk to me and then they're like, how do you do it? You're so desensitized. I'm like, no, I just like the story.
Yeah, no, I love the concept of zombies. Ever since I was like the first zombie, technically they're not zombies, but the first zombie film I ever watched was 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah.
When it came out, I can't remember, 2004, 2006.
Yeah.
And that's when my dad started buying zombie games. So when he bought the first Resident Evil game that came out in the 90s, he got it on the PlayStation 1, I think it was. And I played that. It was terrifying, but the thing is, zombies has been my childhood. Better half for about, I don't know, 15 years now. So that's why I love The Walking Dead. I know the series, everyone's like, it's okay, it's gotten worse over the seasons, but I love it or hate it, I will ride or die on the series. Like Resident Evil, like the films that we were discussing a couple of days ago, I was saying the films are okay, but they're the perfect movie just to switch your brain off and watch.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just a heads up then, and also a flight update. We are over Austria now. I believe. I can't really tell, but this is either the Glacier or maybe Kaprun. For those of you who don't know, I used to live in Austria, so I'm familiar with most of the mountain ranges. But yeah, I don't know. My geography is not fantastic.
I was gonna say, you don't even know your own country.
Well, it can be hard growing up in 3 different countries.
Yes, well, I was born in England. I was born in Brighton, and I still don't know Brighton off my heart.
Yeah, that's outrageous. I mean, because what was I? I was born like up near Crawley, I think, near Gatwick, and then Red Hill, rather.
Okay, yeah, I had a nose surgery in Red Hill.
Yeah, and then I used to like live in Austria as well, so I was constantly moving back and forth from Austria and in England, and then I was in Hungary every now and again, visiting my Hungarian side. And you know, after a while, it's like you know 3 languages. You've been to 3 countries every freaking week, and it's like I'm a bit tired now.
Are you fluent in any of the languages?
I'm fluent in English. Actually, I'm not. No, I'm fluent in neither.
You're not fluent in English.
I'm not fluent
earlier.
I'm not fluent in English. I'm not fluent in Hungarian. I'm certainly not fluent in German. So I've clearly failed all 3 languages.
Oh, your parents must be proud.
Oh, so proud.
I was gonna say, how is like Hungarian parent? Wait, is it your mother or father that's Hungarian?
It's my mother's side who is Hungarian. So yeah, she used to teach me a lot of Hungarian. I still do have to learn Hungarian because sometimes in non-COVID times, we used to go to Hungary for Christmas and have a Hungarian Christmas, which is pretty similar to Christmas everywhere else. Only you have fish instead of a roast, and they've never heard of gravy.
Oh, that's horrible. Even though I don't eat gravy anymore. Gravy used to be the best thing on like roasts. Like imagine having a dry. What you said you have fish, not meat.
Well, it's like in Hungary. It's like you have like a weird fish dish. It's very nice. It has a nice sauce, and I think the fish are directly from the lake of what is it called? The Lake Balaton. It's like, honestly, the lake is absolutely massive. It's like looking at the sea on a foggy day.
So, but do you still have like the other Christmas ingredients, just not the meat?
I think so. For the most part, you do. I mean, it was interesting when I first had my first Christmas in Hungary. Only, I think, 4 or so years ago, we went around to see my family. And we brought some gravy with us. And my cousin, he was like, what is this weird, liquid meat? And I'm like, it is God sending his love to us, is what it is.
Oh, God, the gravy.
It was hilarious. He was like, this is so weird. I'm like, this is so normal.
Imagine what it's like in Japan. Their Christmas is basically KFC. Like KFC is such a staple icon in Japan.
Is it?
Yeah, like the whole Christmas period is one massive KFC advertisement.
Huh.
It is crazy over there. I have not been at the Christmas period, but I can without doubt say that Japanese food is better.
Fair enough.
over there. Anything. You get a curry in Japan, it's 10 times better. You get seafood in Japan, it's 10 times better.
Now you've given me an idea for a good long live stream. Is if we flow from country to country in Asia. So let's say we flew China to Vietnam, from Vietnam down to Thailand, Thailand to Japan.
Yeah.
Not in that order, but you should have food from each country that you land at. Get a takeaway each time.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
That'd be the best stream ever. Right, who wants to see
No.
that? Let me know in the comments if you want to see that
High
video.
budget stream that would be, because
Yeah.
you know how much Deliveroo
I think
spanker.
we'll have to get a couple more donations for that to happen.
I was gonna say, like,
That's
we
our
would
next
we'd have
donations
to-
goal.
Yeah, we'd have to prepare. It's like, oh, we're about 40 minutes from landing in Korea or like Japan. It's like, shit, we need to get something ordered.
Yeah. The only issue with ordering a food in flight is I've seen this on a couple streams before, and I've done it myself once when I was not flying on a stream, but I was doing a flight for some friends.
Yeah.
And I ordered a pizza mid-flight, thinking it would arrive sort of, 3/4 of the flight. It didn't arrive. I got a knock on the door as I was on final approach, and I was like, oh, that's
my
interesting.
Lord. Oh, you just have to be so lucky with timing. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, if you don't order it, like, just like buy like the, I don't know, microwave meals if you actually needed to get something. Like, but no, I think that will be a very good live stream, and if so, a video as well. But yeah, we'll definitely put that in the memoirs.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list.
Definitely. Okay. It's been lovely chatting with you. I do have to head off now, as
Not a problem, man. Thank you for being with us.
I have food in the oven and I don't want it to burn. I've been slow cooking it so I could be here.
Fair enough. Right, it's been lovely chatting with you, Cadler. Guys, if you haven't gone to Cadler's channel, go check it out. Like and subscribe to him, and obviously hit both our notification bells so
Yeah,
you don't miss any
please.
of our content.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I only swore once. You do realize how hard it was not to swear throughout this live stream.
Yeah, I know. For you, it can be difficult.
Like, swearing is like, because I'm British, swearing is like my second nature. Like, and
What
yeah,
have
I said-
you just shamed all Brits then, even though it is pretty true.
It is pretty much true. It's just like, oh my god, like the many sentences you'll normally put the F word or the S word or like the C word under it. I'm like, oh, I have to be good this stream. I actually have to be a good person. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure, man. Thank you for being with us.
Have a good flight. Hopefully you land safely. I'll probably tune in later on. Probably not, because I'll be eating. But you know what? I hope you take care, and I'll see you soon.
Yep, see you soon, mate. Thank you for being with us.
Bye. Take
Bye.
care, guys. Bye-bye.
So that was fellow YouTuber Cadler, guys. Thank you for letting him in the stream. Obviously, if you're interested in hearing more, sort of chat shows while we're on a flight, let me know. It was pretty good fun. Again, there's not much for me to really comment on at the moment. We're roughly about just under halfway into the flight now, so I'm gonna go pretty radio silent. If you guys got questions, chuck it in. Chuck it in the comment section, and I'll make sure to read it, or in the live chat rather. Right, guys, so if you're just tuning in, welcome to the live stream. We've just come out of Austria. We're just heading over to France now. We're actually probably already over France, if I know my geography correctly. About halfway to the flight. I've just been checking a couple seconds ago to see when our top of descent is. So let's still be at 25.8. So here, so I'm gonna guess that. Yeah, so stoked, as it were, is our top of descent, where we descend to 25,800. After that, 20,000, 13,000, and then final approach into Liverpool. It's going to be a bit of a tricky approach, I think, but looking forward to it. Once again, if you're not liked or subscribed to the channel, make sure you are doing both those things. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. And if you feel like donating to the channel, please do that as well. Your donations are greatly received, and obviously all donators get a shout out. Just seeing something pop through from Cadler on the feed, which is for some reason not refreshed on my screen. I'm going to refresh that channel feed for you guys. Guess not. Doesn't seem to like it. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just testing to make sure that the widget menu hasn't stopped working. It's not. It's going. I don't know. I saw Cadler's message pop up and now it's disappeared. That's a bit weird. Good evening to those of you just joining. Hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year. Welcome. Halfway into the flight from Rome to Liverpool. We'll be getting ready to program our descent within about 30 minutes or so. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all looking forward to content this year. If you're not yet checked out my latest 2 videos, go check them out, please. Sure it'll be worth some time. Give the Resident Evil video some love and attention. Also, make sure you check out the video showcasing what we're going to be doing over the next year or so. Also, if you have any questions for me, be sure to chuck that in the live chat, and I can respond to them right now for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our Blue Sea range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an EasyJet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any product, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shop.
Just going to mention, by the way, the mods I'm using today. Obviously, I haven't got too much to talk about, as there's not been too much in the way of flight sim news recently. I have heard that the A321 by Mod Super Pack, is it? No, Mega Pack, sorry, has got the A321 released. I've got it downloaded. I will be checking that out in a video very soon. Obviously, there are loads of mods coming out at the moment. So today, of which I'm using the EasyJet 200th Airbus mod, which is this all orange, not that, sorry. There we go. This all orange livery. Looking very nice indeed. It's a 4K livery, I think, as well. Which is probably why my frame rate holds a bit weirdly when I go outside. But I'm also using the Liverpool mods today, so Liverpool scenery, it should look pretty good as we come in for a final approach. As well as the airport itself, and Rome obviously was an add-on airport, which still has a little bit of texture issues here and there, but for the most part it's pretty decent. Once again, if you're not liked or subscribed to the channel yet, please remember to do both those things and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. So those of you who are just joining the stream, welcome guys, good evening, hope you're doing well, happy new year, welcome. Yeah, we're halfway into our flight now, well, I'd say just over halfway, as we're heading over France, and we're heading towards England now. Yeah, not much to do, update really. Weather looks good still, weather radar isn't showing anything too bad, and the weather report for Liverpool is pretty much the same as it is right now, which is high cloud cover and not so much wind. A question just come through, give me a second and I will read that. Is it possible to track you live like on Flight Radar 24 or something similar? I wish it was, and if there is a way, I'm not sure what it is, because I have asked myself this question quite a few times, and I do wish there was a way. It's also the reason I got this map up, so you can see exactly where I am, more or less. I can't zoom out anymore, unfortunately, but if you see, this is England here, this is France, we're going to be heading over this way in a moment. So when yeah, we go, we're in the bottom corner here. Because once we're at Sandy, Leicester's sort of our mid-descent point, so Stoat is our top of descent. So once we get to Sandy, we're sort of on the final in. Another question here. What site do you use to program your flight's waypoints? So a majority of the time, for the sake of ease, I actually program my flights in the default flight programming menu at the beginning of the game, where you literally just select your route, your SIDS and your stars, and off you go, really. I do occasionally use SimBrief. Obviously, you need Navigraph to make sure that the nav data is updated for that. But yeah, for the most part, I just use the default input flight planning system to make the flights work. But you can use SimBrief as well. So hopefully that answers your question. Also, to those of you who are just joining the flight, welcome guys, good evening, hope you're all doing well. Midway over France now, as we head we're getting towards our final leg of the flight as we descend into Liverpool. Good evening guys, those of you just joining, good evening, hope you're all doing well, Happy New Year, welcome to the flight. Another little flight update, we're coming up to sort of our 3/4 of the way through the flight sort of mark as we head towards England very soon. We're going to make our right turn, head the rest of the way over France, over the Channel, and at Sandy we will start to program the approach, and then at Stoat we begin our descent into Liverpool. So, not too long now. I estimate we'll be on the ground in about an hour, maybe less, depending how fast we can get the rest of this leg done. Also, any questions, guys? Anything you wanted me to talk about, Microsoft Flight Simulator or other? Be sure to chuck it in the live chat, and I'll be sure to see it and talk about it. There we go, we're just making that right turn now towards our final leg of the flight. When I say our final leg, sorry, I sort of mean like our final stretch, as you were. I sort of split everything into sort of 4 points into little quarter sections. So we're sort of on our last quarter section now as we head towards the top of descent. To those of you just joining now, welcome guys, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year. Flight update. Last leg of the flight now as we head up towards Sandy, which is our sort of programming descent sort of phase, and then just after that we begin our descent into Liverpool. Hope you guys are enjoying the flight so far. Hoping you're enjoying this smooth jazz saxophone. I am. I like it. Also remember, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please remember to subscribe. Yeah, really helps the channel, really supports it. Right, got some messages going through as well. Ah, Tanker's in here. Hello, Tanker. Welcome back, my man. Hey, where's the flight to and from? Well, in bold, written at the top of your screen, Rome to Liverpool. Yeah, we're roughly 3/4 of the way into the flight now. Just over, maybe. Earlier in the video, we had fellow YouTuber Cadler with us. We spoke a bit about the future of the channel and some preferences. Yeah, not too much to talk about for the moment though, as we are pretty much just sitting back and relaxing and listening to the music. But though, once again, if you guys have got any questions or want to talk about anything, be sure to start asking in the comments, and we'll talk about it. Max says I'll have to go back and watch the stream after work. Yeah, no problem, man. Like always, the stream will be uploaded as soon as the stream ends, so you'll give it about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and then the entire video will be uploaded. So yeah, you'll be able to go back into the video and listen to the conversation if you want. To those of you who are just joined the stream, good evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Coming up to the last leg of the flight now. Soon I'm going to start making sure everything is prepped for landing. As just before Stoats, I think we're going to start our descent into Liverpool. Put us about here. So yeah, this is pretty much the last leg of the flight here. And then we are well into our descent. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel. It really helps, and it really, yeah, just really helps. Really appreciate the support. So thank you to all of those who are subscribed and who have subscribed to the stream. So thank you, guys. It means great. Absolutely great. Shout out to Norson, who has just subscribed. Thank you very much, my man. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Also, those of you just joining the stream, good evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. We're just about to finish the final leg of the flight as we head towards Stoat, which is our top of descent. So those of you just joining us, coming up to the last leg of the flight now, as I've been saying now for a little while. So Stoats on here. Where is it? Here. This is our top of descent point, and we are currently just coming up to Ratok, is it? No, Sovat. Once we're there, we'll go to Sandy, Stots, and then once this is all a descent profile here. Got a bit of an awkward approach. I looked at it a moment ago on my phone. We sort of have to go double back on ourselves, but it should be exciting. But yeah, we're getting close. So we're just coming over the channel now. Just going to make sure we've got a few things ready. As we head to Sandy, we need to make sure everything is ready by the time we are at Sandy, which is here. And then at Stoats, we need to make sure we can hit the descent, and then everything will be nice. Welcome, guys, to those of you who just joined as well. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Remember, guys, once again, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future flights or any of my content. Going to be 28,000 feet by the time we're at Leicester, so let's just think about this for a second. We're going to make sure, what's our final given altitude? It is not 36,000, that's for sure. 2,500. Okay, we'll start to input our descent ratio in now. Let's make sure we are getting ready. So if you're just tuning in, then we're just getting ready for our descent now. Should be pretty intuitive. See what I'm doing? 2,500. And we'll descend on vertical speed. Therefore, we don't need to worry about the autopilot doing the weird diving technique it seems to do all the time. Gonna turn off this VFR map so I can see everything. We are on time, which is good. We've currently done 2 hours and 7 minutes of flight. Total flight time on paper is 2.5 hours. I think we're running a little bit ahead of schedule. Not too much, but a little bit. So yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do that. Also, to those of you who are subscribed to the channel, make sure you check out the latest video. Give that some attention. Give it some love. As you know, everything I do does take a little while to make. So please go check it out. Have a little bit of a scare with us. It's good fun. Next episode of Resident Evil 2 will be out very soon. If you guys have any questions, be sure to quickly pop it in the live chat now so I can respond to them. As when we start the descent, things will start to get a little bit more hectic for me, and I won't be able to look over so much. So if you've got any questions or final points you want to make, now is your time to go and do so. Angus has just commented, your Airbus is registered in Germany. Why? Is it? Oh, yeah. Good question. That is a good question. How you seen that? Is it by this? Is this what it is? Oh, okay, no, we've hit the top of descent. The aircraft is now descending us. Let's make sure everything stays in the right place. 2,500 is input. And we have begun our descent. Fantastic. It's a Lufthansa registered plane. That's interesting. How do you know that, by the way? How did you find that out? I'm curious. Seeing as we're flying EasyJet, I would be interested to know why we're flying a Lufthansa, even though I did register us as an EasyJet aircraft. That is a bit weird, actually, yeah. So we're going to lose 10,000 feet in roughly 100 miles, I think. So, yeah, it should be doable. Descending at just under 1,000 feet per minute, so yeah. Once again, I'm going to apologise to those of you who are subscribing during the stream and your names are not popping up on the notification board. It's an OBS issue. I can't do anything about it, unfortunately, but just know that I can see you guys popping up, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much for subscribing, guys. Rather tragically as well, I have run out of coffee. Well, now we are well and truly doomed. So those of you just joining us, good evening, guys. Welcome. We've just begun our descent into Liverpool. Mangus has just commented again. I just know common aircraft registrations. Bit of aviation nerd. Fair enough, man. Everybody's got to have a hobby. Mine is content creation. Yours is obviously knowing exactly where every aircraft is registered in the world. It's good though. Little bits of knowledge like that. I need to know. How did you find that out? Is it from this code here? Is this what gives it away? I'm curious to know how you found out where my aircraft is registered and what airline it's registered to. I didn't even notice we've come over England. We're over England now, so. Heck yeah. Oh no, this is still the coast, just here, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Never mind. It's behind us as well. Wait, where are we geographically? Where's the map? There we are. Oh, so we just got London's over here. So this is the Thames. Manga says, yes, that's the one. Okay, so that's interesting. So, is there actually a way you can change this then on the, in the game? I thought it was just preset, but I guess not. Interesting. Well, again, like all UK registered, AC has G first. Ah, okay, that's interesting. I did not know that. Thank you for telling me. I will make sure it's done for the next flight that we're actually registered as a correct aircraft. So those of you just joining, good evening guys, hope you're doing well. Final descent now into Liverpool. We'll be landing in approximately 20 minutes. Maybe less. It's been a good flight so far. Also, if you want to go back and watch the full flight and take off from Rome, the video will be uploaded to the channel when the stream is ended, so you will be able to go back and see that. Once again, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you go and do so you never miss a flight or any of my content in the future. Also, guys, if you've got any questions for me, you can now pop them in the live chat, and I will be sure to respond to them. Okay, so the autopilot has now decided we need to start descending rapidly for some reason. Don't go any further than 2,000. Oh, God. Whoa! Where is it going? Excuse me, I would like to negate that descent profile a little bit, please. At just 2,000. We don't need to be descending that fast. Why does the autopilot decide that we need to descend at, like, the rate of a rhino? That makes no sense at all, what I just said. We're going to stick with it, however. Why do we descend at the rate of a rhino? If you know the answer to that question, please pop it in the comments. Yeah, you see, this is ridiculous. We're descending at 2,000 feet per minute. And we only have to be... We've got an altitude restriction of 25,000 at Leicester. Which is going to be no problem for us. Like, we're at 27,000 feet right now. I don't know why the plane decides it needs to just... Boom! Straight down. Oh, pretty tired after this flight as well. It's been pretty long, actually. 2.5 hours when you're looking at one space the whole time does not go by quickly. Exactly. The upper cloud cover seems to have got a little bit more, well, covered. Much more coverage than there was when we took off out of Rome. But I guess that's to be expected. It is England, after all. Oh, the view count is going absolutely mad on my screen. It's gone up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's still going up and down. It's going 8.6, 8.6, 8.6, 8.6. There we go, stabilised. Right, we're at 25,000 feet now. We're just going to lift ourselves up a little bit so we don't go down too fast. I have entered descent data. Go away. TNT, you need to be at 2,000. Well, that's not going to be a problem in that distance, so we'll descend at 500 feet per minute from here on. And then after TNT, Nantai, 13,000. Decel point is at 4,100. And then our final altitude at 2,500 feet for the final approach. Sweet. This effect on the cloud is really interesting. It looks like mountains, kind of. They're like peaks. It's really interesting. Right, let's make sure everything is more or less ready for landing. Yep, we're looking good. Sweet. I do like the Liverpool approach because we have to come over the sea, or river, or the river that leads into the sea when you're landing at Liverpool. So that's quite fun. You don't want to get it wrong though. Too low and you become a boat. Too high and, well, you're just still a plane. Okay, most of the final descent of the flight is now coming into our radar view, so not far at all now. We're below the altitude restriction, which is good. And then, gotta remember, 20,000 at TNT, I believe it said it was. Check that, yeah, 20,000 at TNT, and then 13,500 at Nantai. So we can continue to descend at 500 feet per minute. We should actually be alright. Might just knock the nose down a tiny bit more. We'll do 700 feet. Yeah, the last leg of the flight plan is just coming to view now. I hope you guys have enjoyed the flight. If you've stuck with us the entire time, give yourself a pat on the back, because that's impressive. It's been quite a long flight. Or at least by my standards, at least. I remember years ago, when I was much younger, I used to be really into Warhammer. You know, it's like Airfix, where you build little miniatures and you paint them. I once took a beginner set on the plane and actually glued and painted on the aircraft, and apparently the flight attendants were just fine with it. They were just like, yeah, fine. I was like, okay, that's weird. There was no damage, of course. Like, I didn't get the paint any glue anywhere, but it's just a bit interesting as to how you're allowed to do that. Anthony says it's been a nice flight. Yeah, it has. Been good fun. Also, really enjoyed talking with Cadler. Oh god, the aircraft jumping down again. Needs to stop doing that. Can there please be a fix to get rid of that? It's so annoying. It's like a jump scare each time. It's like, yep, boom, we're going down now. And it's like, no, don't do that. Was saying, oh yeah, it was nice to have the YouTuber Cadler on earlier. Once again, if you haven't gone to his channel yet, go check it out. But yeah, if you're interested in having more people on these streams so we can have more of a chat show as we're sort of flying, be sure to let me know. Obviously, we covered quite a lot of good points earlier in the flight, so if you want to watch that, you'll be able to go back when the video is uploaded. So yeah, and also if you haven't checked out the video yet of the Alpha's New Year video, please go check that out. It's only 3 minutes long and basically just showcases what we're going to be doing in 2021. And if you've not seen the Resident Evil video yet, please go check that out as well. It needs a lot more attention than it's currently getting. Watch it. We're just going to leave the descent profile where it is, seeing as how we're descending pretty nicely now. So there's no reason to go much steeper. So I think we'll just leave it like this for the moment. Actually, no, we're going to bring the radar range in now. Should be quite nice as we come through this thin layer of cloud up here. So those of you who are just joining, welcome guys, good evening. Descending into Liverpool now, 21,000 feet and decreasing. Flight time so far has been 2 hours and 28 minutes. We're well on time. Yeah, it's been good. Actually, sorry, I lied slightly there. I said 2 hours and 20 minutes in flight time. That's not technically true. That's 228 minutes in total. I think that's only about 2 hours and 10 minutes relative time. So yeah, we're good. We're good for time. We're not running late. We're not running early, but we're not running late, and that's the good thing. All right, we're at 20,000. Well, 20,700, but we're gonna meet the deadline, the altitude restriction, which is good. $19,000 feet. It's a bit weird now that this haze is like, it's sort of a bit weird to judge where the nose is. I'm going to bring the rate of descent up by 100. That way we're not descending too quickly. We don't want to be too low, but we don't want to be too high either. It's all about finding that middle ground. As a general heads up, by the way, I don't know when the next flight's going to be. I'm not planning on flying for the next week or so. Because in the next week, I've got other videos planned, so we have plenty of different videos on the channel, but also because I will be going back to work soon. I'm working from home, so it's going to become a bit trickier for me to record lots. So I'm not sure when the next flight's going to be. I'll try and make it as soon as possible, but I don't know when it's going to be, unfortunately. Oh, that was interesting. That line disappeared for a second. Right, don't let it descend by itself. 1,000 feet. Gosh, look at it. Like, drift around this corner. That was so sharp. Right, well, seeing as how the aircraft is getting a bit angry, we're going to go ahead to Luke's air tool. And go to the pilot. No, not that.
Cabin crew prepared for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray tables must be stowed, armrests down, and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
All right. Announcement has been given. Oh, we're not gonna be able to descend through the clouds. Oh, we're gonna hit this nice big open pocket. The only one that is for miles, and it's the one we're gonna be. Oh God, of course. Okay. Interesting. We seem to be going direct to LPL. That's weird. Huh. That is really weird. I wonder why it's doing that. I haven't told the plane to do that, but that's what it wants to do. I mean, it's fine. It shaves off time for me. Where do we have to be at LPL, though? Oh, 2,500. What? Okay, maybe not so good, then. That is very strange. Okay, we're going to take manual speed control here. We're going to get the speed down so we don't get there too early. Look at that. We descended through the only gap in the clouds. I wanted to descend through them. Oh, it looks nice. It looks cool. Right. Gonna move my mini feed over here. Put my tray table in and move forwards a bit. Okie dokie. This is the decel point here, I think. It's very peculiar as to why the aircraft has decided it doesn't want to go to Nantai. But, you know, where are we supposed to be at Nantai anyway? We're supposed to be... Oh, whoa. Lag. Oh, wrong way. Oh, doesn't tell me anymore. Great. Alright, well, that's fine. 4,100 by the time we're at the decel, so that's here-ish. 10,000 feet in 20 miles. 1,000 feet, it'll take 2 minutes. So... Okay, fair enough. Let's just make sure we start to slow right down now then. It just in comments says the track looks like it's pointing directly to the runway. It does actually, yeah. I don't trust that. I'm actually going to switch to manual heading mode. I don't trust what... Yeah, no, you are right. The track is pointing directly to the runway. No, it's not. It was pointing directly to DM11B. That is really, really weird. I wonder why it was doing that. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves over here a bit. That is so strange. Every time we're flying, we always have one of these weird issues. Either it's the ILS doesn't work, or something else doesn't work. But, yeah, no, this time... ILS is working, but the flight plan isn't. I honestly give up. Such a nightmare. It's nice to know I just got my dinner. I've been told my dinner is ready. That's nice. I'm looking forward to getting on the ground now, more than I was when I began this flight. Right, we are getting fairly close now. Let's get the radar range right in. Reset biometric pressure. Landing lights can come on. I know we're a bit high, but we might as well turn it on now. Camera crew, prepare for landing. Auto brakes are armed. Sorry, the speed brakes are armed, and the auto brake is set to medium. Throttle is idle. Oh. What, master caution for what? What's wrong? Apparently nothing. Just make sure we start to slow down now, seeing as how we are under 10,000. Liverpool should be... There it is. So we sort of fly up and over it and come back round and descend in this way. Or so says the flight plan, at least. Because that's been so reliable. God. I only put, like, the speedometer to only, like, I don't know, 10 more knots, and then it was just like, vroom! Look, it's still going up. Make sure our rate of descent is still good. So that's Liverpool down there. Or it's Liverpool's airport, at least. Bit of an awkward approach, I will be honest. Oh, I can smell food downstairs. This is just torture now. I smell the heaters. Okay, now I'm going to start bringing the speed right back. I'll punch out some speed brakes, actually. We are going a bit fast. I'm also going to give us a bit more distance than the flight plan actually suggests, because what it wants me to do is effectively make a left turn and then continuously left turn round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit past that, just to make sure we've got plenty of closing distance and that we're at 2,500 at a decent point. It's getting a little bit tricky to slow it down though. Let's go. Let's point the nose up a bit. Hopefully that will help. Slow down, you fool! Okay. It's all about just sort of adjusting our rate of descent. It's 230, isn't it? Our first flap, isn't it? We're at 240. Come on, slow down. Okay, right, we're descending very quick now. And come on, get on, get under. Get under! Fantastic. Flaps one. Oh, sorry. Flaps one. There we are. Right, I'm curious now. Will the aircraft put us back on course properly? Oh god, it is banking like a mental plane, though. Whoa! Where is it going? Where is it going? Where is it going? Whoa, my aircraft. Whoa! Whoa! Where's it going? Brace for impact!
Too low terrain.
Abandoned ship? What happened there? Well, that's not gone well. A320NX, fly-by-wire. I found a bug of your aircraft. It doesn't like to be turned off autopilot and then... Well, not. Are we upside... Well... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Liverpool. For better or for worse, I have returned you directly to your houses. At least you'll get dinner sooner than you planned. Yeah! That's one way to put it. Well, there's really not much... There's not much I can do now. Turn the engines off at least. Oh dear. Well, that was a bit of a disappointing end to that. Right. I'm gonna fire myself from flying. Wow, that was a significant bug. I was pulling all the way back on the stick on my yoke, and it was just diving forwards. That was so weird. Well, guys, for better or for worse, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Not quite the ending I was looking for, but don't worry, we'll do another flight soon, and I'm gonna complain to NX for whatever that was, because I've never seen that happen in any flight sim before. That was ridiculous. It probably was my flying, to be honest. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this stream. I'm gonna wrap it up here, as I seem to be upside down in some residential area. I'm sure the kids will be happy to be playing on burning wreckage. I'm just going to be quiet. Well, guys, for better or for worse, thank you so much for watching the stream. Be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you're tuned in for the next stream, which should be hopefully very soon. And I'll make sure there's another flight video soon as well. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.